Hello, sorry for the slightly late. We gotta work to get animals in here because people are starting to use my entrance over here. Also, why is my camera... Oh, there we go. Okay. Settings. Bring that back down. I tried to do cinematic shots earlier this morning, and it did not work out well for me. So, my camera settings were all whack. I think last thing we were doing was we were working on this entrance thing here. Oh, that's right, and we had random rotation on, which we don't want. Which we also, I guess we can actually... Oh. Does that have glass covering it? No, it just looks a different color for some reason. Trying to figure out exactly how I'm gonna do this. I know how I'm going to do it. I'm gonna grab these. Actually, grab this. I didn't grab the other door for some reason. No, the other door is just so out of whack. Huh. So there we go, kind of got some sliding doors in. It doesn't really work that well. So we're gonna grab these pieces. Split selection from group. I'm just gonna try to bring that along a little bit, and then maybe... Ooh, I've got an idea. Let's... Maybe we do it like this. Then we go New World. Wood. Boom, boom. And then we can just bring this along. just grab all this and then we're gonna... Right, that was weird. Let's see. Let's just bring this in like so. Metal cladding, right? That's what it's called. No, it's called metal clad. And we want like this piece. New world wood. We'll just grab. We'll just grab that. Then we just bring this along. Just the teensiest bit along. we want to line that up. Perfectly line this up as well. Now we just bring this along like so. Bring this along. Then we'll get a nice roof in on this section that's easy. Not that one. We want to grab something like so. Or actually, nope, I thought that maybe. Let's grab the piece like so. Grab this and bring it along. Just like so. Then we grab something like this, maybe. Or maybe we even... Or how about we do this? And we'll just bring this down to where it matches with that. Same with this. Tiny overlap. Just kind of fix that real quick. Just bring that in line. Just get this all figured out, hopefully. Yeesh. There we go, and then if we go plant, let's see, can we... let's just grab this. Now let's put in some signs. Metal clad. Yeah. Then we go to facilities. Hopefully this will work now. Then we just bring this in. I don't think I've actually... Oops, sorry. Hit the mic there. I think I actually need to go to Canva. Sorry. Unprofessional of me. Download. Excuse me. Downloads. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. I need to go grab this, go. Oh. Hello! Hey, Monkey's Tavern. We're working on our next entrance to get people into the zoo a little bit more efficiently. Should be 2-meter pieces. They were good. Very busy. But, you know, it's to be expected. Went up with my wife's family up to Raleigh, North Carolina, which is like an 8-hour drive from where I live. So that's looking decent. How was yours? That looks more in line with. We actually need to get exhibit trading. Nice. We're going to work this habitat to our advantage now. Yeah, I kind of know what that's like. My wife comes from a very large family, so she's the youngest of 6 or 7, really, with adopted kids. But we kind of had a blow up video on YouTube on the with our dingo speed build, so that was cool. Which I guess you got to see build live, but it seems like people really enjoyed it. Got a lot of subscribers from it. Just kind of using these to keep guests off the areas that are meant for bats. Yeah, I meant to wish you good luck in the Discord, but I think I was in the middle of getting stuff ready for us to go to North Carolina, so I had the message all typed out, but then I completely forgot to hit send. So meant to send you good well wishes, but everything work out all right though in the end. I'm grateful I get along with my wife's family for the most part. I at least get along with her parents. Oh, nice. Yeah, my wife's family's from North Carolina. Well, technically from New York, but moved to North Carolina when they were young. So, or at least my father-in-law, my mother-in-law's from Rhode Island. Somehow they all ended up in Alabama. But then again, my parents' story's wild as well. My grandparents are from Maine and Vermont, so. Then my mom's family's from Kentucky and Louisiana, so. Somehow we all ended up in Alabama. It all worked out in the end. I've always found it interesting how many events go into make something work out. How many things have to happen to make a event. It's all cool stuff. So we got a few people in watching right now. If you would go ahead and like the stream, it really helps. We're kind of building our spectacled flying fox walkthrough exhibit, which is the first exhibit you'll walk through in our new entrance, which needs a lot of work in. I think we're gonna do a small little parking lot out here, which is where the guest spawner will go. Kind of put it in here. But we need a lot more money before we get our guest spawner going. I don't know. It depends. Eesh. It depends on what they can do with this engine. So, like, if they're being limited by the engine, then I'd say go with make a Planet Zoo 2. But you always run the risk of people not enjoying it as much as the first one. So you've got to at least keep the same base content. I heard someone saying that they probably would keep all the DLC as free, which I find that hard to believe. They said that almost all of the DLC from Yeah, I don't know if I'd enjoy a Planet Aquarium as much. Like, maybe, but I think the zoos nowadays are so frequently have aquariums. Wish I could just pick that one out. That I think you could do aquariums without in Planet Zoo. I am clicking X, right? There we are. So I don't know. It will depend. We'll see how Frontier wants to go about it. Oh shoot. Personally, I'm in favor of another Planet Zoo, but I can see the arguments. I think you have a even higher risk financially of starting a whole new franchise. I mean, like, still owned by the same people, but those are untested waters, and you know that Planet Zoo does well. So I don't think... Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think. I don't think the Cincinnati Zoo had one, which is one of the bigger zoos I've been to, but there was one zoo that had it, and it wasn't even a big zoo. And then, I think the Montgomery Zoo here in Alabama, which is not a very large zoo, it's one of our smaller zoos of the three sort of bigger zoos. It's in the middle. Like, I assume we have some smaller private zoos. In fact, I think one of the ones I'm thinking of is maybe a private zoo. The ones I know we have is the Birmingham Zoo, which is my local zoo, the Montgomery Zoo, and the Gulf Shores Zoo. The Gulf Shores is definitely the smallest of those zoos. None of them but the Birmingham Zoo is... Yeah, no, it should. Either that, or birds, or both. I could see where maybe the engine isn't designed to have, like, fully aquatic creatures. Like, I could see that being a possibility. Oh, shoot. Clicked the wrong button. You know what, those are actually maybe going to be a big distraction here. I want this room pretty simple. That's really not fitting into the... Yeah, I've not heard of that one. Maybe I'll look it up. I want to go to a bunch of different zoos. I just don't travel that much. I travel a decent bit, but I just realized. Okay. Still sort of the Michigan area. Nice. I do want to go to Michigan because it's got some really good zoos. Nice. So a small little city zoo then. Nice. I mean, the zoo that I get is my local zoo is pretty small. I think it's fallen in a little bit of disrepair. It's gotten better. It's supposed to get a new, pretty big expansion. Like, not, like, massive. Like a $4 million project. Which is big, but not... I don't know how big their elephant project was. They got a really cool elephant enclosure. That's kind of what they're known for. They have the largest, or at least they did, I don't know if they still do, male bachelor herd of elephants. And Grand Rapids is pretty big too, isn't it? But then again, you do have those people who just know everyone. I am not one of those people. Like you, I am socially awkward. Not, like, incredibly. And at work, I can turn it on. Like, turn on introvert or extroverted. That's kind of what the Montgomery Zoo is more famous for. They usually, for the most part, they do very, I mean, not very large, but relatively large multi-species habitats. And they originally had the pygmy hippo, and they still may, in with like the giraffes and the ostrich, but they do have multiple pygmy hippo enclosures. That's a little big. Those strangler root. This is kind of a face your fears enclosure is kind of my idea. Is you've got multiple entrances, so you don't have to do this entrance, but huh. Really? That's quite odd. I've not heard of that before. And like elephant troops, yeah. But usually chimpanzees are pretty pretty patriarchal species for the most part. That's really interesting. Yeah, I need to visit my local zoo soon, because I need to see what's been happening. I haven't been in a while. And I've heard bad things, but when we went last, it was pretty good. People were saying the animals look skinny, but you know, a lot of people don't understand, especially with big cats, the difference between lean and underweight. Yeah, chimps are a little weird. Is that like some chimp groups you've got just the strongest male, some you've got kind of like a you know what? I want this path actually to be tree bark. That looks good. I'm actually gonna have the eastern blue tongue skink in here to have it represent the I think it's the Papua New Guinea subspecies, because I forgot that it's 3 desert species and 1 tropical species. Perfect there. Ah. Yeah, I definitely want to go to the Detroit Zoo. It's for sure one of my zoos that I want to visit. Can't believe that I put all these in super duper wrong. Which is unfortunate because I got a lot of these in. Now that one's decent. Yeah, if I make it up there, I will. I don't know when we'll be going up north, though. Last place we went to was up north, and my wife doesn't like the cold, so probably gonna have to placate her with some. I don't like that I. My zoo had that as well. It was like a summer thing, though. When I volunteered there, we did it for like the kids. But that's cool. I like animatronics. Isn't Detroit, I mean, probably is, but isn't Detroit also big city? So you gotta deal with people. Traffic. I know Grand Rapids isn't the smallest city in the world either. It's the common death adder, right? It's the Australian one, it's the puff adder. Yeah. And then we'll just put that as common death adder. But yeah, traveling for work sucks. I mean, currently, for me, I have like a 45-minute drive to work, and I don't like that, so. Can have 1 to 5, alright. Sweet. I've got, of course, these exhibit animals. We've got platypus going in here. We've got the little penguins in here. Tasmanian devils in here, and then we're going to have the saltwater crocodile, which will technically finish up the Australian section with the gharial and Komodo dragon. And that will split off into Southeast Asia over here, and India, and then East Asia, where I have a habitat that I'm naming for you, the Monkey's Tavern, will be my restaurant there with Japanese macaques. I'm pretty excited about that one. It's going to have Japanese macaques and Japanese macaques and 5 as well. The Japanese cranes. I'm trying to remember what they're called. It's not Japanese crane. It's the red crowned crane, which I think I actually have some in my local zoo, so I really should know. We've got a breeding pair. Yeah, I think it will be cool. Since they are walk-through exhibits, I think it should work pretty well. I think there's only 2 of these allowed per enclosure, right? Yeah. No, I think they're somewhat social. Let's do a quick little play, get that all up. So we need another eastern blue-tongued lizard. Okay, is there another spectacled flying fox? No. Okay. Let's hit play for a second and hopefully we can get... Oh yeah. We probably should get ready to... Yeah, I've got it all planned out on a spreadsheet, which theoretically will work out pretty well. I think I can have all the animals. I've got kind of the African section is definitely the toughest and biggest section. We're calling this Craigie Corner. That's right. Facilities or no nature, and then we're doing fake rock floor, which makes me remember I need to see, are the platypus, are they tropical as well? Yeah. Like, they don't necessarily have to be tropical, but wow, that's a long time. I mean, I think, what, chimps live to be 15 or 50? So that's right, cool. good section of that chimp's life, for sure. Oh, that's also what I need to see. Little penguin. It's temperate grassland, but I think I know exactly what. Yeah. I'm trying to do very minimal, like minimum to what they require in this one. And actually, oh, is that for the John Ball Zoo? It's a decent size with not too many animals. And yeah, unfortunately big cats get kind of wrecked on the zoo front. But my zoo's supposed to be really updating their... Well, I mean, they've never had mountain lions, but we're supposed to be getting them. And that's part... It's a $4 million habitat for... We've got an area called, like, the Alabama Wilds. They're updating that section with mountain lions and bobcats. Which mountain lions don't live here. Haven't for a while. But they do live in Florida, which is close. Just in South Florida, which is not close. Yeah. I mean, I get the super tall bit. You have to make them super tall. At least, like, for the mesh. We're gonna fade that out there, and then bring this here, then kind of fade it out there. Because we're gonna have a different section over there, but though actually I'm trying to think, my zoo's jaguar enclosure, it used to be for gorillas, but it was definitely too small for gorillas. Really, my primate house at my zoo is probably the thing that needs the most updating. It's old. But they've got their jaguar in there now. It probably should be a little bit bigger for the jaguar. In my opinion. But he doesn't really move that much. He kind of just hangs out in his little caves that are like hollowed out trees. You don't see the jaguar very often. Actually going to take random rotation off for this bit so that I can just very carefully place these in. Just getting the stone in. Yeah, big cat enclosures, unfortunately, suffer for sure. My zoo's lion enclosure is not the best. It's only got one lion now because he killed the female. Upon the old female died that he had cubs with, and they tried reintroducing, and it did not go well. Somewhat frequent among lions, but they just decided not to. Nice. I'm trying to think of what big cats my zoo has. And right now, I think it's just jaguar. I think it's just jaguar and lion right now. We used to have a Sumatran tiger. Do we have any other big cats? I'm trying to think. Hey Maury, welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. We're working on the platypus, little penguin, bunch of different Australian small animals, Tasmanian devil. Yeah, my zoo also has, I'm trying to remember. I know we have at least two, because they've bred before in the past. I think they breed pretty frequently, from what I understand. Though the zoo made a big deal about it, I'm not sure if it's a big deal because they're just like a popular, cute animal, or if it's because I don't know if they're similar to regular pandas. Yeah, I'm kind of trying. I've built for platypus once in the game. It did not go very well. Actually, Monkey's Tavern, you were there for that zoo. That did not last for very long at all. But I've improved a lot since then, so that's kind of my... This is my take two. For one, I didn't know you could use... I didn't know you could disable habitat perimeter on boundaries, so I had the water section being much more difficult than it needed to be. Now, here's the next bit. It's not tropical. What biome is it? I want to do this volcanic rock cladding for the penguins. Honestly, I want to cover this whole penguin indoor with it as well. Yeah, the Birmingham Zoo does not have maned wolves, but the Montgomery Zoo, which is about an hour away from where I live, it does have maned wolves with their giant anteaters. Well, I think they just have the one, but I love the maned wolves. My zoo does have the North American river otters and the giant river otters. I'm trying to think of what other cool animals they have. I mean, they have their big elephant enclosure. I'm trying to remember if they have two or... I think they had to put down one of their rhinoceroses recently, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with them medically. I think it... I'm trying to remember what it was. It, like, fell and couldn't get up. Even after, like, medical, like, vet diagnoses, like, they just couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, and they had to euthanize it, which is a real shame. I want to say we have white rhinoceroses, but we used to have both. But they expanded the enclosure when they redid, like, the elephant enclosure, which was good. We used to have one Asian elephant, and it was not a great enclosure. And now our elephant enclosure is one of the better ones in zoos, so it's a good change. Trying to think of... Yeah, like, our predator house is where most of the cats live. Yeah, we've never had warthogs, but our zoo does have a group of red river hogs. Their names are Star Spangled and Banner. And then we've got a Komodo dragon. I think his name is Max, if I remember. Yeah, I can do that. I've never actually watched... I mean, I've watched episodes, but I've never really watched the show, but yeah, I can do that. Yeah, and then we had I think it was an Indian star tortoise. And his name was Booker, because he would book it primarily after your shoelaces. When I was volunteering there, we had in the same enclosure, I would think they were Indian star tortoises, though they might have been radiated. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, it has, and a Happy New Year to you. I mean, it's been a massive growth in subscribers from my Dingo Speed build. I assume... I'm trying to remember. I'm terrible with names. I'm guessing you're one of the people that commented on that video, if I was to look back over it. Yeah, yep, I remember now. I thought you were that person, I just wasn't 100% sure. Thanks for the kind comments. Been really appreciating all the recent support. Yeah, but the idea behind the floor here is that I just kind of want to get the fake rock floors that a lot of zoos and aquariums put in. So that's what this is. It's probably the most inefficient way to do it, but it covers the nasty guest pathing that I'm never going to get exactly how I want. Yikes, that's definitely something that can happen with pygmy hippos. I think the Montgomery Zoo that me and my wife went to recently, they had 3 pygmy hippos. One of them was a calf, and they had the male and the female separated. I'm guessing because the male was probably somewhat aggressive. I just watched a video. I don't know if y'all know Forrest Gallant. He's a wildlife biologist. He's somewhat controversial, but he knows his stuff about animals when he goes out and finds. He's controversial because of some things where people say he didn't actually find the species. He like hunts and searches out for like animals that have been declared extinct that he thinks are maybe still out there. I think it's really cool. Plus he's working with Colossal, which is a company I've been following for a long, long time, and I'm pretty interested in. That's the... Yeah, I know he's a controversial figure, but he went to the this Indian like animal rescue that was like a billionaire found it, and I was like, oh, this is gonna suck. Like, there's no way that there's actually good animal husbandry in this area, and it was amazing. But they had pygmy hippos, and they let him get in the enclosure with the pygmy hippos, and the guy was like, yeah, we have 250 leopards on site. We've got one of which has killed 20 plus people, but the pygmy hippos are what I'm scared of. Apparently they can just change their mood in an instant. That, because the Montgomery Zoo also had the minimal multi-species exhibit, but I'd have to imagine they wouldn't pick a fight with a giraffe or an maybe they would with an ostrich, but they'd be insane to pick a fight with a giraffe. Like, lions don't... Well... Yeah. I haven't seen the tooth thing. I know there was... Yeah, No, the, that tour was amazing, and it gave me so many ideas for, Planet Zoo. Just, I loved the leopard enclosures. Leopards are really any of the spotted big cats are some of my favorites for sure. I love leopards, jaguars, clouded leopards. Oh yeah, no, they were my favorite animal for a while, so I know a good bit about them. But it's funny. I read a book. I want to 100% recommend it. I don't think it was that great looking back on it, but in like the way that you classify animals, I think you have green, code yellow, and code red. Female giraffe is a code yellow, and a male giraffe is a code red. I don't know. Ostriches kill more people than than cassowaries. Of course, people are around ostriches way more than they are around cassowaries, but hello, Virtua Anna, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I mean, chimps are weird, because, like, yeah, I mean, don't they have just the, I'm trying to remember, but isn't their mouth technically made out of bone, but everything else is, not cartilage, cartilaginous fish. Oh, I said... Yeah, no. Chimps are weird because, like... I mean, them and big cats. They're more like big cats, in the fact that, like... They will seem completely fine, non-aggressive, and just make you think that everything's fine, and then just one day, completely, like, turn on you. Like, I mean, it happens to people who keep tigers all the time. Is that, like, you have a pet tiger. Believe it or not a great idea. And tigers are, I mean, yeah, no, that's one of the things that's definitely highly, one of the things that is, like, movies really get wrong is, tranquilizers do not instantly knock things out. I mean, like, for a rhino, I think it's, like, 45 minutes, before it really starts working. Okay, so that's kind of the floor here. Now I gotta figure out, do I want to work on the rockwork here or the interior here? I think I'm gonna work on the interior here, because I think it's gonna be slightly less painful. I mean, technically I have an exotic pet of my chameleon, but if I was to have, like, an exotic pet, probably... Probably a... assuming it won't kill me. I'm really trying to go realistic with this habitat, by the way. For like an indoor exhibit. Maybe like... I'm stuck between two of my favorite animals that aren't ever kept as pets as far as I'm aware. Nor should they be. And I think I'm gonna go with Komodo dragon. I'm a big reptile person, so. In fact, today I was working on a new video on how they can improve reptiles in the game, because I think they definitely could improve reptiles. A lot. I've always wanted to have a monitor, but I don't think I'm actually going to get one. I've certainly... Fennec Fox is a good choice as well. Was it because of this? If I was to get one in real, actual life, I probably would get a mangrove monitor. They're kind of medium-sized, and so not too bothered. I'm trying to convince my wife that we should get a snake, but it's a hard sell for her. But I got her... There's one that she doesn't hate. And that's... Because I have a plan to build a terrarium for, like, native animals of my region. Derek's Zoo Vids. Okay. Yeah, I've been watching Zoo Tours a decent bit. I've been watching a lot of ZHS play, or as he says, ZSH play. I think he does Zoo Tours as well, but I think most of his are European zoos. Yeah, so I've got a few zoos I want to go to. One of the cool places I went was recently. When we went to Alaska, we had a day in Vancouver. I think we might reuse this piece. Yeah, no, I'm not going venomous, that's for sure. I'm probably going rough green because it's a insectivore. I've heard they're relatively difficult to keep in captivity, but yeah, no. MBK. Is that Mexican Black Kings? Or am I... Yeah, I actually have some videos on some care guides for yeah, the one thing about king snakes is they're rat and mice eaters, and my wife would not be a fan. She's quite afraid of snakes. But yeah, I think it's I say yeah. I was doing something and I blew through the series all at once. So I've seen bits of it. I want to say I was editing videos while I was watching it. So well, technically yes, I've seen all the episodes. I've only seen bits of each one. But I like it a lot. He's probably my currently he's my second favorite Planet Zoo creator. I still prefer Caesar Creates. Yeah, it's quite nice. Plus, he built for the African leopard recently, and I love leopards. I don't really love snow leopards, but I love clouded leopards, and I love African leopards. Now, of course, I've got to... Trying to figure out... They don't have a forage bin or anything here. So I'm trying to figure out how to hide. Oh, shoot. It will always flatten terrain. Why not? Okay. Alright, first of all, let's go to construction, and we want decals. What you forget? I forgot what we were talking about. Forgot. There we go. This is the Tasmanian devil. Yep. Sorry. Tasmanian devil. Hello, Shadow Clutch. I really haven't built with these. Ha. Nice. Yeah, me either. This is my probably the furthest I've ever gotten. Said the Southeast Asian pack. It's a good one. It's probably... It's got some good animals. It's probably not as good anymore just because... Planet Zoo has gotten significantly better. It's gotten significantly better at its DLCs. Just... Oh, shoot. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to do something that I've resolved that at least all my indoor habitats will have some pretty as realistic as I can get. Yeah. I got a bunch of DLCs on sale this year as well. Like, I used to did not have many of the DLCs. I think I had up to the Africa one. And then I got into the game and I was like, this is just too good. Now I gotta figure out... First of all, I've got an idea for how I'm doing the plants. Not with that. Those are significantly bigger than what I'm looking for. This would work perfectly, though. I think. At least vaguely perfectly. I want to be very conscious that any animal is going to tear up plants pretty severely. I have not before. I know that can get pretty tricky. I might in the future. But and I just don't know. So because the requirements for space are so big for this animal, I've got a way around it. Or at least this is my plan to get around it. This will be where all the enrichment items are. And then this will be their backstage exhibit, which is going to have nothing. Nothing at all. And so hopefully that will convince them to stay up in this area. Let me see if I can get... This is for the Tasmanian devil. Which they don't have massive space requirements. It's more than I really wanted to, it's more than I wanted to give them for an indoor enclosure, so I was trying to figure out exactly how I could, make it work. And this is how I kind of, solved this problem. I do have a plan for them being close to each other. Oh, not in there. I'm not quite sure what it's gonna look like, but it's gonna have the bats, the Egyptian fruit bats as well. Oh, game, please. Or, it's not really the game, it's my computer. So technically we have a little overlap. A little bit more than that. Just like that. Oh, also, Maury, let me post a link to the Discord if you want to join. You can. Oh, why is it being difficult again? I think it's not gonna let me. It's not gonna let me copy it, but I think I have it in here. Yeah, there's the link to my Discord. If you'd like to join, you're welcome to. Now we're just going to grab that, bring this along here. Uh-oh. Well, that's the same link, I think. Try it and see if it works, but if it doesn't, I'll see if I can reload Discord and maybe it will do it. Give me a new link. That's unfortunate. Does it really does the link expire for Discord? That would be really sucky if it did. Golly. Let me relog Discord, because... Is it maybe because of streamer mode? It's streamer mode. Why is that messing it up? Try this now. Is there a way to get a link that... hold on one second. You should watch the Zoo Tours. I will. Probably tomorrow at work. Okay, so that's kind of how we want to do the planters along the side. I feel like we're going to need more plants in here. But also, they will destroy things. I don't know, maybe this is fine. Oh, I just heard the Discord sound, so that must mean you've joined. Welcome in. All right. I also fixed that, so now I have a non-expiring link. Now I also want to... Got an off-white for this that I want to use. Like a cream color. I think that looks better. Now I've got to figure out what I want to do with this. Which honestly... might just be... Sometimes this game... it'll drive you crazy. Is this not flexi color? It is. Is it a different flexi color? Because that would be wild. Okay, there we go. I love these plaster pieces. I want them to keep up here a decent bit, but not have to. Plenty of enrichment for these guys. Nice. Alright, let's see. Yeah, the Discord's kind of not much going on right now in the Discord, unfortunately. Working to make it more stuff going on. Oh, that's nice. I love maned wolves. I think they're one of the coolest animals in Planet Zoo. I wonder if they'll use this if I put it like so. Oh, that one's just significantly more difficult to deal with. Okay, we'll just put it like there. They're such a cool species. I'm a big fan of them. Don't really like the water jets. I think that's a pretty big consensus among Planet Zoo people that that I do like. Oh, that's right. I've got a lot of more work in here actually to do. Because we're going to make this look a little bit more zoo-y with putting this cladding in here, but we're going to make it with a little bit more care than we did with the other rocks. We also want random rotation on. Not random rotation, I'll just... Oh gosh. Oh no, is my chameleon's water tank out of water? 1 second, guys. Gotta refill this or I'll forget. Yeah, sorry. Water reservoir that the misting system runs off of is was out of water. Animal husbandry. Even out of Planet Zoo, gotta manage stuff. I want to get at least one habitat ready so that if we run out of money, which it doesn't look like we're going to, we'll have one habitat ready for guests to see in this section. Oh, sweet. Yeah, let me take a peek. Ooh, that actually kind of looks similar to something I've got planned for, I think it's the sun bear. Looks nice. Nice backstage area. I really need to get better at those. I forget you're from Germany, so I see the German script on there. But it looks good. Yeah, I really need to get better at my backstage exhibit areas. Which I did in this newest section, which, Shadow, you saw me building. I'm not gonna spoil it because for the other people, because the video drops tomorrow. In fact, the reason I was sort of late to streaming was I was doing part of the voiceover. Because Maury, was it you who voted that we should have a one big mega episode? There was one vote on the YouTube that it should be like a big episode. Trying to figure out who it was. I regretted it as soon as I saw that that was what people were picking, because I was like, oh, I kind of... I should have definitely picked just done 2 parts, because I realized this morning, I was like, oh shoot, that means I will have to do an hour-long voiceover, and while I was ahead in editing, I was not ahead on the voiceover. Okay. Yeah, so tomorrow's episode is going to be an hour long. I put a poll out, and that's what won, so I am subject to the will of the people. Which is fine. It's just going to be a lot of work. To be fair, I've got about half of it done right now. I just hope that that's long enough that we'll put some other rocks in there. That's pretty good. But we need some more sections there. If you have not yet, this goes for anybody in the YouTube, please go ahead and like the stream. It really helps out. Where am I getting other posts from? Is that in this? I think that's in... Okay. Need to silence some of my other Discords. Oh, I see a few more people have joined. Welcome to the stream. We're creating sort of area for our Tasmanian devils. And trying to go pretty realistic. And also trying to make it look good, which we'll see if we can manage. I probably should move my blueprints. It's getting a little tedious to go over there each time. Trying to make this look like an actual zoo. Yeah, unfortunately it does not anymore. But it did. I think they died. I saw the zoo. Oh, shoot. That's right. When they did have them. But unfortunately, it seems like they have since passed. And I don't think another American zoo has any. Which is a shame, because they're very cool species. You know, the one thing, at least no American zoo. I don't know if any. Yeah, no. It was definitely acclaimed fame for. I mean, the Cincinnati Zoo had a lot of special, um, like first and last, um, like they were the last zoo, or I mean, the last place on Earth to have passenger pigeons. Um, Martha, I think was the name, which I got to see that enclosure because they keep it as a historical reminder. Let's see. Let's go ahead and change that color over. I think that's all the decals we're really going to do. And then we really need to get some of this rock as well. That's not going to work as much as I want it to. Trying to give. Oh, shoot. No, that's not what I wanted. The Tasmanian devils someplace to. Someplace to not be in concrete the entire time. let's go ahead and place that in. So, Monkey's Tavern, you said you had venomous snakes, is that correct? Yeah, you did. What snakes do you have? Yeah, I know it's not super common, um, but it's definitely one of the most requested animals. Them and my game is being. Oh, there we go. Is really my keyboard's giving out on the X key? Is it because I click it so much? Every other key is working. Is that really... Let me save and exit to main menu and maybe... Let me type... Okay. Yes, it seems to be a Planet Zoo problem, not a keyboard problem. Oh, what? Nice. Spitting Cobra is dangerous to keep. Gaboon Vipers are really cool. Copperheads as well. I wanted either... I think... I wanted either speckled... I wanted a, yeah, for sure. I mean, copperheads are nothing to sneeze about, but you're probably not gonna die. Actually, when I was hiking once, yeah, but, you know, it takes one mistake. Especially now, right? I mean, right now the hobby is on high alert because, Dingo and they had that other guy who was not as... I think the other guy was more of like just an amateur, not very responsible with his pets. You've been bitten by copperheads. Yeah, when I was hiking once at our local like park. I was hiking and took a step and noticed afterwards. Now I'm like, this is back when I was in Boy Scouts, so I would have been like 14, 15. Noticed that there was a baby copperhead in between my legs as I was stepping. Like, I had 1 foot over it, 1 foot on the other side of it. So I just passed over, and it didn't really bother me. It just was scary, because, you know, the babies are really dangerous. If you gotta worry about any copperhead, you gotta worry about a baby copperhead. But no, I'm a big snake person. Unfortunately, my wife is a big not snake person. I just don't. I also, one of the reasons I don't want a monitor is I don't want to deal with frozen mice. Not because I would feel bad about the mice necessarily, I just don't want to deal with having to freeze stuff. There we go. Yeah, Gaboon Vipers are really, really cool. I think my personal favorite viper is an eyelash viper. But Alabama has really stupid laws about what snakes you can keep. I think you can keep Gaboon Vipers no problems, but speckled king snakes are no-no, which are one of my favorite snakes. And I mean, making sense, but eastern indigos are also a big no-no. That one, I understand. Is this something I'm supposed to know? No. It's just a weird shadow. Huh. Oh, you do live feeding? I know some snakes may only do live feeding. Yeah, Indian cobras are no joke as far as I've heard. I don't know if you know that. You probably do know Chandler's Wildlife on YouTube. As you're someone who's experienced with venomous snakes, do you but yeah, I assume you know Chandler's Wildlife. I want to ask, is he? Do you think he's responsible with Okay, yeah, I was wondering Is he considered responsible in terms of his like snake handling? I know he got bitten by his king, or not his king, but a king. I just wasn't sure if he was actually like respected by people who are knowledgeable in the field. I like him, but do you feed? I guess. Okay. I figured because I was like, this seems very sketch. Oh, you're saying he's not that responsible, but he does know what he's doing? That's funny. I see. I'm just going to do it this way. Have a double. I mean, yeah, he is the epitome of Florida, man. I haven't watched his stuff recently, so... I can't speak to any of his new stuff. But I did like him, especially when I was during the pandemic. I got really into reptiles during the pandemic. Didn't have any at the time. I think personality-wise, I haven't watched this guy's videos much either, but personality-wise, I think I prefer Kinnan. Well, yeah, I think if there's something that's gonna make you feel like you need to be responsible, crocodilians are one of them. Someone asked me if I wanted a caiman, and I was like, no, I don't want a caiman. I would rather have an American alligator than a caiman. I was looking for a video I'm designing. I was looking up I was trying to look up zoo care guides for spectacled caimans, but it just came up with like pet care guides. I was like, no, people, no, do not. You do not want a spectacled caiman. You don't want a 3-meter long murder machine. Caimans are not known for being nice animals. It's like there's a few animals you just don't want. That's like now mon. Hmm. Are American crocodiles that bad? I actually got a great experience when I was in Mexico. I got really, like, 5 feet away from an American crocodile. It was pretty amazing. But I can also imagine... Oh yeah, Cubans. I think any... I mean, when you get an athletic crocodile like that, you're gonna get problems. Oh my gosh, this problem. Yeah, I don't think Cuviers are that bad. From what I understand. What's a piece that's... There we go. Oh my gosh. I forgot how frustrating this game is sometimes. I haven't had this problem in a while. Yeah, I mean, all caimans are gonna be... Thank you. Caimans are just aggressive. Thank you. We're gonna figure out... Like, this is... I don't love the... I have this over here shape, but... Guess what? It's time for some conservation pack pieces. Because we like the conservation pack. Come on, game. There we go. Oh, my keyboard's just... My keyboard's been freaking out recently. I need to probably get a wired one. I just don't want to deal with it. Yeah, I could imagine. Um, from what I'm heard, they can be pretty aggressive. Or I should say defensive. I made a video on this. Yeah, I used to make reptile care guides as well on my channel. And I did a video on, like, what's the difference between defensive and aggressive was the theme of it. Let's see if we can make this work. Make like a let me think. What kind of electrical switch is that? Is it like a breaker switch? Is that what they're trying to say? Because I don't know about Europe, but that is not what an electrical switch looks like in America. What am I looking for? I'm really looking for... Is there like a gauge? I don't know. that looks fine to me. Now time to start with the tough part. Oh. Hmm. Yeah. This is always frustrating. I wish there was a way you could get like just a straight top-down view orthogonal. Like if I do that, doesn't really help. Okay, we'll create the roof on our own. No need for that. Construction plaster. Let's try to put as much of it as this as we can. Yeah, no. I really think Gaboon Vipers are really, really cool, and I would never, ever, ever get one. I guess I also need to put in some habitat instruction boards. I still have a little bit of work before I should probably. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on for, to be fair. I will be on tomorrow, but it's going to be a little weird. Oh. Yeah, that's not... Oh, we got a whole lot of more work on this habitat here. I mean... Do I really want to... I've got this idea for this one. This is like... Well, first of all... No, I think I do that second of all. This is gonna be a lot of work. But when is the stuff that I do not a lot of work? Yeah, if I was to keep a venomous snake, I'd probably keep a timber rattler. Yeah, it is for sure. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm trying to make this kind of look like a coastline. Yeah, either a timber rattler or a pygmy rattlesnake. That can't be true. All the best viewers are right here. See what I did there? Yeah, I'm sure. That makes sense. Especially since, from what I've heard, pygmies have one of the worst venoms of North American snakes. And are pretty temperamental from what I hear. I could be incorrect. I just think they're the... I mean, I guess a coral snake would also be... I realize that coral snakes are not something you want to keep. Need to make sure the penguins can't get out of here. True. I'm not going to do that. For sure. Like, I know I'm not going to get venomous snakes. But if I would get one, I think I would probably go with a timber or timber or pygmy. I might have to leave. Okay, never mind. I had to get ibuprofen from the store, and my wife asked me if I got it. So I thought for a second that she might have had a headache or something and needed me to bring it to her job. But she was just making sure that I got it. Which is fair, because I'm pretty forgetful. Albino milk. I feel like that takes away half the point. The problem is, Shadow, is that they never reply once you're actually in the store. Kidding. sort of. No, we definitely did have a. We were having my family and her family over to the house when we got married, which was yeah, um, when we got married in 2023, we got the house the week we got back from our honeymoon. And so soon after that we gosh, we held like a party to as like a home, like a welcome to our home, show our family the house because they'd only seen it in pictures before we bought it. And so we were getting home, getting ready to have people over, and we realized we don't have. Well, I don't remember what. I know we were making burgers, but I don't know why we needed peppers for it. But my wife gets me to go out to get peppers. And I could have sworn she told me at some point that she prefer. Yeah, no, I don't think that it was the burgers that. I'm trying to remember what. I cooked the burgers. I'm trying to remember. And it was not peppers on it. I'm trying to remember exactly what. What it was that we were using burgers or peppers for. What did we have? It's burgers, I remember. But so I thought that my wife had said a certain kind of pepper was her favorite, like bell pepper. And so I call to see what flavor, what color she wanted. And of course, no answer. Some real. But it ended up being fine because she told me later that it didn't matter. And I was like, okay. I thought I could have sworn that we had a conversation that there was a best type of pepper to get. Golly, I'm trying to think of what would we have had peppers with there. I'm thinking of things that we cook. I mean, we use peppers some. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm a very specific person, so. Correct. Trying to make it look relatively realistic to like a coastal tide pool area with some volcanic rocks and we'll see. Like, I've got a really cool idea for the floor. I'm a little worried that they'll be able to get out of here, but we'll see. It's... Yeah, I haven't used them yet because I felt like they were a little too themed. There's not... But there is a good amount of texture in it, so it's not... I was thinking it was going to be more obsidian-esque and kind of glassy, but it's really quite nice. This is definitely... So you got some wonky terrain here because of the path, of course. But we can fix that, no problem. Hide it away. Of course, it's right there that it's... Let me see my archer. He's somewhere over here. Right? Yeah, for sure. That's a big... Oh, there he is. Let's see, how big... Are you even gonna be realistically able to look through that glass window? No, not at all. Alright, back to the station with you, sir. So we're just gonna... Barriers. Just go with some wood logs. Game, please. We're just gonna kind of get this in as a base. And then... Golly, that's dark. We'll just kind of grab that. Just bring this like so, grab this, rotate it on. It's so dark. Maybe it's just the angle. Let's see. All right, see ya. Oh yeah, it's probably 10:30 there. All right, catch you later. I'll be on tomorrow if you're able to get on. Or able to watch. And then I'll also be on Saturday. Good. Let's see, we grab that. Let's see. Hmm. That's not what I'm trying to click. I'm trying to click that. Hmm. It's true. I should add a viewing dome. That's a great idea, actually. What is it under? You probably can't enter into water, can you? Yeah. Unfortunate. But if I put one like... there. Is it view? And then I think we grab... It doesn't have the volcanic ones in this. Uh-oh. Ooh, but I think there was one on the Steam Workshop. Hold on. Workshop. Golly, some of these suck. I'm really just looking for the rock pile. Looking for the... Does this one include the... No. Have people just not gotten the volcanic one yet? Interesting. Okay, well, I'll just do my best to color match. I'll just do it myself. Over here. Yeah, that's not quite it. Alright, we want to take that color, lighten it up a bit. That's probably good. Let's try to hide the viewing dome. And this is an animal that nobody cares if the glass dome breaks. Need to put especially a lot here. And let's just go ahead and make this a kind of a rocky shore area. Let's keep going. Just kind of making this look as realistic as we can. We'll add for some areas to add some plants. I expect we'll have a pretty big little penguin enclosure in here. Oh, they can have up to 500. Shoot. We won't have that many, but... I need my keyboard to work, please. There we go. True. Penguins are crazy in the game. I mean, I should have plenty of room for them. Gosh. This is a somewhat new keyboard, so it really frustrates me that it just sucks. To be fair, it was a cheap one. Hey! Cut that out. Oh yeah. The crocodilians are a big problem in the game, and the tortoises, because they take so long to mature. But they pop out babies so quickly. Then we want some smaller rocks scattered in every once in a while. We're going crazy with the rock pile. The dogs are going crazy with barking. You know, that trick worked great with grass. It doesn't work as great with, Does it tell you... It does not tell you what percentage they want plants, does it? That's something that would be a nice improvement. Now I gotta figure out what I want to do with this area. I feel like my keyboard just keeps losing connection to my computer for some reason. This piece is going to be way better for that. Or something like this. Alright, my wife is on her way home, so this is where we're going to end it today. I think it's a good progress. We got to finish the platypus, finish planting here. Platypus enclosure is going to be pretty easy in my opinion. I just hope this will work for their land area. It should, but should probably get animals in before we build the roof. But that's going to be it for today. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for tuning in. Who has low welfare? The penguins. Why? They're thirsty. Bye. See you, Shadow. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Do I not? Alright, 1 second. Let me just... Stupid penguins. Looking at some of these old habitats makes me upset compared to the newer stuff, but you know, it's fine. I also probably should have built all this closer. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, I'll catch y'all later. Video will be coming out tomorrow. Should be pretty good. And I'll see y'all later. I'll be streaming tomorrow and Saturday.